Well, here we go. Make sure to check out my channel for more videos just like this. What's going on, people? It's your boy MrBucketlist, and here we are today in Daytona Beach, Florida, doing a VIP behind the scenes tour of the Daytona Speedway. Let's check it out. Now, this video is going to be broken down into two parts. The first part is going to be the full behind the scenes tour and review of the actual racetrack itself, and then the second part is going to be basically the museum that's on site as well. So if you prefer one or the other, just check the timestamps for basically each section. Now, the way this tour actually starts off is you show up, you buy a ticket, you get a timestamp that you want to go, and then you pretty much have to take this little trolley right here. And this is going to be a trolley or a tram that's going to take you around the entire speedway. So it's really, really cool. Now, of course, due to COVID, it is going to be socially distanced. And so for me, ironically, I actually had an entire tram section to myself. And then the second family that was on the tour with me, they had a tram that was to themselves as well. So it was pretty cool. Now, before we get into it, I do want to give a tip. Arrive there early because the tours do fill up fast, especially with COVID going on. Now, this tour can definitely be for people that's not necessarily NASCAR fans who just like to kind of see just history and stuff like that. For me, I've never actually watched an entire NASCAR race. I've only watched about 30 to 40 seconds of one, and then I have watched documentaries about Dale Earnhardt and just things like that. But I still really enjoyed it. The different views that you get to see throughout the tour was actually really, really cool. Check some of these out. Now, another thing that was really, really surprising to me that I just didn't know was the track itself is at such a high angle, such a degree. It's like we couldn't ride the tram on the actual track itself because it was just such a curve. So we had to kind of go on the inside of the track. I don't know what they call it, but it was really cool just to see how like sloped the tracks were, especially in the turns. It was really, really just crazy. And then in regards to the turns, so I believe we actually had to see three of the four turns on the track. So that was really cool. The one of the kind of sad things was also just out of respect, we were able to actually go to the turn that Dale Earnhardt had that famous crash that he ended up losing his life. So it was really different and really just kind of humbling to see that turn. But just like I said, just being there, just on the track, on the track in the actual tram, it just really was an unbeatable feeling. I just it felt surreal to be there. Now, another cool portion about the tour as well is you actually get to stop and you get to get out on the actual finish line, and so that was really cool. And then they give you a pen where you get to sign your name on the actual track, and it was just really cool. And it was kind of strange because when I first got there, they kept making announcements over and over again. Hey, they have activity going on the track, so we can't go on the track. We have to go on the outside of the track, and we can't get out. And they kept saying all this stuff, but we ended up doing it anyway. So I'm not really sure what that was about, but being out there was just really, really cool. And then once you leave the finish line, basically what they do is they take the tram throughout different places like Victory Lane and the Winner's Circle and things like that. So you get to see the different little places where they hold the press events and garage the cars and just other portions that you really wouldn't see basically from a perspective of like watching the race itself. So it was actually really, really cool. Then once you head back onto the tram, then you get to kind of see another perspective of the actual location, just kind of like the outside, going back the opposite way. And then they actually take you into the actual stadium itself, like from the actual guest perspective. So you walk up this huge escalator that has all these different cars, and just it was just a really cool little place to be.
days that it would rain on a race, we would.
And then they allow you to go into the stand area, and this part was really cool because, like I said, I've never actually been to a NASCAR event, so just kind of going there without all the hustle and bustle of the actual tourists was really cool. And then you get to like see the different chairs and the grandstands. It was a really good view, and it was really surreal to be there without actual guests besides a couple of us just looking around and checking it out. And then once you head back onto the tram, then you go to your last portion, which is going to be the actual museum. So like I said, I'm going to do a full tour of that. But basically, I just want to say, as far as this, if you're really a huge NASCAR fan, definitely do this tour. For my tour, I believe it was about $20, and like I said, it was really easy to get in, but the tours do get booked really fast. I got that pretty early, but if you're a huge fan, definitely do this. Even if you're not a big fan, if you're just in the area of Daytona Beach and you need something to do, check this out as well. So as far as my rating, I would say this is definitely a must do. Like I said, I enjoyed it. I'm glad I did. It was definitely just really cool to be at an iconic racetrack like Daytona Speedway. So I really enjoyed it. Now what I'm going to do is just kind of do a full walkthrough of the actual museum they have. It's a lot of history inside this museum, and I'm not going to do much talking, just kind of let you all just watch and listen to the little music. So again, it was your boy Mr. Bucket List. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the rest of the video, and peace out. Thanks for watching the video. If you like what you saw, please check out my channel for more videos just like this. Make sure